Hello and welcome back to my channel. I did this painting about a month ago. I used my jelly gouache on this long canvas that I found. I also realized while I was editing this, I've been to Joann's way too many times, just since the beginning of this year. So I'm trying something a little bit different in this one. I'm laying down a base of a warmer brown. I've seen a lot of other artists use burnt umber as a base to create warmth in their paintings, so I wanted to give it a try. And I thought that this bonfire painting would be a really good test for that. So I just laid the sketch down and I took my black and mixed it with just a little bit of red. It helps add a little bit of a fiery glow to the background. So I just went around the subject in the painting, the actual flame. I just painted around where the flame was rising up. I don't usually do it this way, but I actually really liked how it came out, and I think I'm going to try and do this going forward. I took out all the shades I was using for the flame, and I put down this base color. It actually looks a lot like Kraft macaroni and cheese. It doesn't look like that at the end, I promise. But I also laid a base color on the logs that were actually at the base of the fire. This was a lot of fun to try and create the texture of wood in the painting and the texture of the flame. I actually found that dragging my paint off the paintbrush down the canvas gently made a really good texture and a little bit more realistic. So I was just messing with the lights and the darks of the flame, taking my round brush and mixing on the palette and just dragging it down and letting it mix on the canvas as well. I was starting to get a little bit discouraged when I first started laying the colors down. They weren't quite mixing to the right shades that I wanted, but after quite a few hours of layering and layering, it actually ended up coming out really nicely. This was one of the most difficult parts. I was trying to make the flames look like it was coming out from in between the logs. I think I did a good job with that part, but I had a hard time thinning the paint out enough without picking up the colors underneath. Because with jelly gouache, it's water activated, so it all kind of picked up a little bit as I went. I messed with the logs for quite a while. I had a hard time getting the right colors and textures at first, and I was putting in these sections where embers would be and pieces of the wood would be a little bit more on fire than others, a little more crisp. And the little details of the bark were difficult, but it actually ended up coming out fairly realistic in a impressionist kind of way. I also added this glow to the ground around it because I didn't want it to just look like a random flame floating in a dark background. All the little highlights and lowlights on the wood really helped, and then adding this bright orange helped a lot. I I also added a little bit of glowing grass in the front, not like it was on fire, but like the light was hitting it in a way that it just glowed in the dark. Just painting the edges with that same mix of black and red I used for the background. Adding floating embers. And the final painting came out really nicely. I really hope you like this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have another project coming Friday that I'm really excited about, and one next week as well. They kind of go hand in hand, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. If you want to see any sneak peeks, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. I've been trying to post more regularly on there, so don't forget to check that out.